Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Thomas of Woodstock and we get to hear from Thomas of Woodstock today in Act 1, Scene 3. Now, when we were chatting with him last, he was with his brothers. They are all uncles to King Richard, and the other uncles thought they had been poisoned, but it turns out that they weren't, and they want to get some sort of revenge on these flatterers that are always hanging around the king. But Thomas was like, you know what? The king is about to get married. We're going to have a coronation for Queen Anne, so everybody just act normal, and then maybe once he's married, Anne will be a calming force on the king and we'll be able to sort of, draw him away from the flatterers. But then in Act 1, Scene 2, we find out that yes, the flatterers really were hoping to kill the uncles, and so they've got those sorts of plans still going. Act 1, Scene 3, we are in the court and it is coronation day. Anne has just been coronated, so they are now married, and pretty much everybody comes in. King Richard, the new Queen Anne, Gaunt, Langley, Woodstock, Arundel, Surrey, and the flatterers are also there, Bagot, Green, and Tressilian. They all come in, and the king is like, okay, now everybody, it's time to pay tribute to my queen. And oh, hi, Bagot, Green, and Tressilian, you should be up here too with all of us. So who wants to go first in praising my queen? And Gaunt is like, your highness, and he gives sort of a very long, flowery, it's not long enough to be a monologue for this, but he gives a long, flowery welcome to Queen Anne as the new queen. And then Thomas of Woodstock jumps in and he says, "Let me prevent the rest, for mercy's sake. If all their welcomes be as long as thine, this health will not go round this week by the mass. Sweet queen, and cousin, now I'll call you so, in plain and honest phrase, welcome to England. Think they speak all in me, and you have seen all England cry with joy, God bless the Queen. And so, afore my God, I know they wish it. Only I fear my duty not misconstrued. Nay, King Richard, for God, I'll speak the truth. Sweet Queen, you found a young and wanton choice, a wild head, yet a kingly gentleman, a youth unsettled, yet he's princely bred, descended from the royalest bloods in Europe, the kingly stock of England and of France. Yet he's a harebrain, a very wag in faith. But you must bear, madam, lass, he's but a blossom, but his maturity, I hope you'll find, true English bred, a king loving and kind." So this is a little bit of a weird wedding toast that he's giving to her. Wedding toast, coronation toast, welcome speech, whatever it is that you want to call it. It's kind of interesting. So first he shuts up Gaunt and then effectively shuts up everybody else, saying if everybody is going to talk as long as he does, we're never going to get through this. So just pretend that I'm speaking for everybody, and everybody, including all of England, is like, God save the Queen, yay, everybody's behind it. And then he's like, you know what, I got to give you a little bit of a heads up about King Richard and who he is. He's young, he's not super smart yet, but he's a good guy, and he's born of noble blood, but he's kind of a harebrain and everything. And the last couple lines, he's like, really, just please be patient with him, because as he grows and matures, we hope that he is going to turn into a loving and kind king, and he will be a great leader, and you will help him be able to become that. So he finishes it off that way, and they're all like, good speech, and Queen Anne is going to have a response in the form of tomorrow's monologue. So I will see you then for that. Mwah.